So Misfit is something that I completely resonate with because, that's what our podcast is for, the misfits. And I just loved how she said towards the end, misfits are not actually misfits. You are meant to shine. You are meant to stand out. You are not somebody who doesn't belong. We all belong.
Mhm.
Some are different because we are questioning the standards. We are questioning our belonging to that standard. That doesn't mean we don't belong in the community or we don't belong as human beings, but we are meant to stand out in order to show others the light as well. So I really, really love that. One message is something that vividly stands out in my mind from that episode.
Mhm. I would have said the same thing.
Yeah.
That's really important. And, I've always said as well that we weren't made to fit in. We
Mm.
we want that fitting in part is having a feeling of belonging,
Mm.
that inclusivity, like we talked about on our inclusion episode, right? We want to feel included, but we also want to maintain our our originality, our authenticity, and be able to say what we think and feel without being questioned or gaslighted or without
Yeah.
being, just demonized for thinking a certain way.
And the one more point I want to add to this particular point is that it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you have friends who you relate to, or you have family that you relate to. It could just be finding any type of support or community that you resonate with. Like for me, when I felt like a misfit, I actually felt like I didn't belong. Like somehow I'm an alien that doesn't belong in the rest of my culture. But then when I went out and I seeked, support, and when I seeked like-minded people, I found you and I found many other people in the same community, and I started to feel like I belong. And it doesn't really have to be with even physical face-to-face type of community, right? It could be listening to a podcast like this one where you resonate, which would make you feel like you actually belong and you're meant to shine.
For sure. In terms of relating, two people may not relate to each other, but they don't have to isolate or alienate each other. When we're made to feel that you're different, you're not like us, we're different, right? And or you're weird, like all these, I don't get you. Whatever you talk about is so weird or so out there that I don't get it. So the belonging is actually how you make a person feel. Relating is understands what you're going through. Like you and I had that, the young age marriages, and we did things differently. And then the consequences of our decisions or the decisions that were made for us and the challenges we had to leave the marriage. So that sort of gave us that relatability.